I'm Madhumita Murgia, and I've been really lucky to be one of the 3 judges this year for the RSL Giles and Aubyn Awards. And it's been honestly a huge privilege reading so many of yours and other amazing book proposals. But I just wanted to share some happy news. We have decided to award you the £5,000 prize for your brilliant book. Which is The Fallen. I don't know if this is the temporary name, but yeah, The Fallen, Ireland and the Magdalene Laundries. And I so enjoyed reading it. And thank you so much for writing it.
How do you gosh, thank you so sorry. I thought maybe you'd want to speak about like the budget or something, and that we were, this was the sort of the semi-finals you were going to sift through, and I was sort of ready to make a really proud defense of the book. So I hadn't anticipated this. Gosh, this is incredible news, and oh my gosh, it just makes it's not just writing the book more possible in the way I want to, but it makes a writing life more possible, because if you work in academia, it can be very hard to transition over to writing in a way that is more appealing to a general audience. So something like this is just a real badge of honor. I cannot tell you how honored I am, honestly, and it just delighted. I'm one of the world's chatty people, and I'm not usually stuck for words, but I am absolutely stuck for words. Thank you so much.
I'm glad this was an easier defense than you imagined.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to, talk. Having read your proposal and your extract, what I really loved about it was giving those voices to those who haven't had a voice for so long, and the sort of intimate stories of these lives rather than the big grand narrative, but kind of having them both together. And I think it's so important to hear from people rather than just like, it's really important having the academic theories and the research, but humans speak to you in a way that nothing else does. And I really loved how much effort you've been putting into. How has the transition been for you from academic writing to something more intimate and for sort of a general audience? How have you found that?
Great. I have to say, like, maybe my I haven't spoken to my editor yet on my most recent drafts, but I personally just find it more freeing. And I think in many of the ways in which I was already doing my academic work was like, what is the story here? And in some ways when you're writing academic work, it's like slightly more not combative, not argumentative, but you are sort of soliciting agreement from people. While this, you can write more at the level of affect. You want to show them what it felt like. You have more space to recover what a world was like in this very fine-grained detail. So it's been a real learning curve, but I've really enjoyed it, not to have to go through this very pro forma academic style where you say, in this book, I will argue these things, point 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they will appear in this order. There's, that's the enjoyment of reading sort of literary nonfiction, isn't it? Like that you were invited into a world. And so I've enjoyed the challenge of that. And I think, as you say, you're doing it with a topic that is so dark and so sad, but also impacted so many people. So you're trying to bring it alive at the level of individual voice, but to just show the scale of it as well. So as I think you said, did you say braiding these things together, having all of these sort of forces together? I have really enjoyed the challenge of that. And also because we do need a book like this in Ireland. The Magdalene Laundries really now exist so much at the level of culture. We have, the Man Booker shortlisted novellas. We now have what I presume will be an Oscar-tipped movie. But
yes. So I was going to ask about that, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but just that we have these sort of very persistent inaccuracies. I also think pointing out historical inaccuracies in fiction is like kind of tedious, but there is a degree of inaccuracy we just haven't quite been able to get at what happened and why, and what is it like to live in the wake of that. And so that is what I've been trying to get at in the book. So in some ways it's as much about the past as it is about the present and our ability to remember it.
Brilliant. Well, I really look forward to reading the final book. I, as I said, very much enjoyed what you had submitted to us, and I hope that the £5,000 really helps, as you say, going towards allowing you to write with freedom and to find those stories and to bring it out to the rest of us to read.
Thank you so much. And it's also just a real honor to meet you as well. I also think I gasped and made a noise that I've never heard emit from my body before. So I know this is recorded, but anyway, you get that a testament to how surprised I am.
Oh, well, I'm so pleased to be a part of it. I'm so pleased to be a part of it. Thank you so much, Louise.
Thank you so much. Oh, this is thrilling.